If you keep eating breadcrumbs, people are going to think that that's your appetite because that's what they see you constantly accepting and tolerating, is what I had to tell myself. And even though before you were in the season that like you had to eat breadcrumbs to survive, God took you out of Egypt. So don't allow the same appetite you had in Egypt be in the new land. Like, yes, you may still have a need in your new land, but don't keep tolerating the same thing in a new place because things are never going to change. Because at that point, you could have just stayed in your old place. And if you continue to allow people to treat you in a certain way, you're going to start to think that that is common and that's how you should be treated. And that's not okay. So you have to really determine like, okay, is this something I'm going to tolerate? If nothing ever changes, is this what I want to continue? If I'm seeing the same red flags in the beginning, and this doesn't go just for like relationships or whatever, like for me, it was a business opportunity. I'm seeing the same red flags or things I don't like in the beginning. First time, okay, like it wasn't within the budget. We came to an agreement on what we could work on. Then, oh, I'll get back to you if I can't find anyone else. And I'm like, then schedule a meeting, canceled last minute, reschedule because that was the kind of thing like you couldn't really plan for. Like someone had gotten sick. And I'm understanding. I'm not a monster. And then this morning, I got a message at 6:37 in the morning. Hey, can we reschedule? I didn't see your message till now. I didn't see it till 8 something in the morning. Our meeting is at 9:30. I had already had pretty much all my makeup done. Ma'am, sit down. Thank you. And I'm like, I set time aside for this. And I did reschedule a different time. And then she's like, oh, yeah, we're going to meet at this location. Not, can we meet at this location? Or, hey, things have changed. And I was like, you know what? I wish you the best of luck finding the right person, but I'm going to pursue other endeavors. Because you know what? At the end of the day, like, they're showing you in the beginning, like, how it's going to be. Whether it's a relationship, a potential job, a business opportunity. Like, I'm not saying life doesn't happen, because if anyone knows, I know. Life happens. But if there's a thing between, there's a season that could just be like, oh my gosh, it's like a hot mess, right? And then there's just like a perpetual, like, not giving a crap about other people's time, effort, energy, whatever, and lack of communication. And there's certain things that I'm just like, this ain't for me. This isn't for me. Why? Because it's going to continue to be, your expectation is for me to bend over backwards and just do everything that you say when it should be a partnership. Like, you may need the money, you may need the opportunity, whatever, but that doesn't mean that you aren't just as valuable to them as their finances are to you. No. No. Because you bring stuff to the table too, right? So you really got to check in with yourself, especially when you're transferring season. And God is saying it's time for a new thing, whatever. There are certain things that you may have let it slide before, and now you're just like, absolutely not, girly. Boy, bye. You know? And what I've learned is all money isn't good money. Like, there's certain things that come attached to things, and letting God lead you. Like, is this really for me? Show me the true colors of this person before I make a financial or time commitment with them. And you need to make that commitment with yourself and be like, this is what I will and will not tolerate. And what do you have in place to hold yourself accountable to those things? Because it's real easy to say, like, you know what, I'm not going to tolerate people doing this, and this. But how are you going to hold yourself accountable? What are you going to communicate? What are you going to do when those things do happen? Because you can only control yourself and your reactions to things. People are going to act how they want to act.